Good morning, everyone. Eric Lima here. You are watching my YouTube show in which my sentimental thoughts come from my heart. Also, one of my mental oddball shenanigans are coming from my brain. It's EML77 TV. Now, I want to elaborate more on the Money in the Bank ladder match that I talked a little bit about in the last episode. Because Cecil Richardson says, now I'm making it interesting, making the match on top of the roof. Well, technically, it will take place on top of the roof, Cecil. Let me elaborate, all right? You're talking about this. This is probably the most unique setting for a Money in the Bank ladder match. You know, when I first found out on SmackDown last night that the Money in the Bank ladder match will happen at WWE headquarters in Stamford, Connecticut, I'm like, this ought to be interesting. I mean, now that's why I was first assuming that the match will take place on top of the roof with a ring, and there's the briefcase will be hanging above there, attachments and all that. They're making it more interesting. They say climb the corporate ladder. So I figured what we meant by that is they're going to start at the bottom of the headquarters, the first floor of the headquarters. They're going to brawl all their way to the top of the roof where there's a ring, some ladders, and the briefcase will be there. So imagine what this is going to be like. It's going to be both men and women's ladder matches. So technically, it's like almost like a last man standing match but everybody's going to be brawling all over. It's like one back in the day, the hardcore matches, where everybody brawls everywhere, and there's a corporate ladder. I would say this is going to be the most interesting situation ever, and it's going to be a very unique thing, a very unique, because of the way everything's been going on and everything else. But this is going to be the craziest match ever. I think it's going to be so crazy. I can't wait to watch it on the network. It's going to be, it's going to be something else. Let me see, when is the Money in the Bank ladder match? Because I knew this latest episode, let's see, this Money in the Bank is happening in May. I'm trying to find out. I know we got till May 4th for everything is, and so we got till May 4th here in Massachusetts, so, and, come on. What's taking WWE.com so long, man? So another match happening in Money in the Bank. It will be Bayley versus Tamina, which, all right. Let's see. This is going to be a very unique situation. May the 10th, okay. All right, it's May the 10th, Sunday, May 10th. So that means it will be after, So this, according to WWE.com, this year's Money in the Bank and women's match will participants will have an even more unique challenge ahead of them than usual. This match begins on the ground floor at WWE headquarters. With the briefcases contain contracts for a championship match anytime, any place, will be hanging all the way up on the roof of the corporate tower. So it's going to be a very interesting situation, to say the least. And let's see, according to WWE Network at home, let me sign in. I want to see how, let's see, sign in, let's see, my account, it will be next billing date. Alright, next billing price night. Okay, so, active May the 13th. So it will, for $9.99 a month. Okay, cool. So May the 13th will be my next. Will be the next. All right, according to my account, we need 13th. So I'll be able to watch Money in the Bank. So this is going to be a very interesting matchup, to say the least. Very unique. Read about it on WWE.com, as you know. It'll be a lot of fun. This is going to be so much fun things happening. I don't know if anybody's going to be working the corporate offices that day or what. I mean, they're probably giving everybody the day off. Listen, take the day off. We're going to be there. We're going to be doing the thing that way. I can imagine employees just working. All of a sudden, you see someone a steel chair go flying. I'm like, I'm sure they'll be like, still working another day at the office for me. Imagine some of those corporate people come home to their families. Honey, there was a Money in the Bank line match. It was crazy. Yeah, I just saw it. I saw you. I thought, imagine that. Hey, Daddy's working. Hi. There's Daddy. He's working. Why isn't they hit my daddy with the chair? You okay? Yeah. Honey, what happened? Braun Strowman hit me in the back of the head with a steel chair by accident. I'll be fine. Braun wanted to make sure I'm okay. Imagine that. All of a sudden, imagine another person come home with a black eye. What happened? Drew McIntyre accidentally claimed more kicked me in the face. I was gonna go for Seth Rollins. He was gonna go for Seth Rollins. Rollins pushed me in the way. Boom! Couldn't even make Rollins pay for that. I'm gonna sue him. Imagine all the possibility of craziness is gonna happen that day, Sunday, May the 10th. So, excuse me. I'm fine. So I'm very interested to see what happens in this Money in the Bank ladder match myself. This is going to be a very interesting situation. And, saying at least I don't know if the quarantine in Massachusetts will last longer than May 4th. He said Governor Baker said May the 4th. I want to see if that's still, May the 4th. Massachusetts, and all right, April the 1st. Okay, now this was 17 days ago. Extends stay-at-home advisory. Massachusetts resident from May the 4th. I'll see if anything else. Extending closures though, and he's just. No, I don't. And it just something on people's minds and ours too. We're going to do whatever guys and have time to plan. So this day is increasing number of people. I've seen an increase in number of people obsolete in recent days, but about half of them. So, this could, yeah, he's weighing the fact. But right now, we're looking at so it'll be something to. It'll be something to consider, and I'm hoping that if I do decide to go shopping, I'm gonna have to probably pick up another WWE.com gift card to keep myself occupied, or else we're gonna be in trouble here. .com network gift card. So this is going to be a very interesting situation to say the least, and see what happens. And it is. It's basically has gone. Everything's gone crazy since since April, since this whole thing started and all. And I know a lot of us out there are going absolutely nuts, and people are on TikTok and all that, and new things are happening. And which reminds me, I got to get a new episode of TikTok going, and that will be really cool. I know a lot of you. There's a lot of people out there ripping the WWE and ripping them apart after all those releases and all that. And listen, they have TV deals that they need to get to, and sponsors and stockholders need to answer to, and that's the big thing. That that's I could tell. I could tell a lot of us don't know how to be corporate people. I don't know how to be a corporate person either. I never was a corporate person ever, and I seen what corporate can do, how cold-hearted corporate people can be, and I can understand. But this is a very unique situation. We need to be patient, and I'm sure the corporate people don't like this as much as we do. Even though they think differently than we do, they don't like the situation as well as we do. And I'm, to me, one, thankful for the WWE to give us some form of entertainment during this time. I mean, we have no baseball games, we have no football games right now, no basketball, no hockey, no nothing, except for wrestling. You know, and even in a lot of wrestling, independents are shutting down for the time being. AEW's taped their episodes, and Impact's been taped a long time too. Impact's the only one that had actually any crowds. So it isn't going to be easy nowadays. It's going to be more challenging nowadays. We understand, I can understand how upset you guys are and everything else. You hate Vince McMahon. You hate on everybody. Listen, just be thankful we have any form of entertainment. I mean, if you don't want to watch wrestling, you don't want to watch WWE, do something. There's no other wrestling on. Go play a video game, read a book or something. Go outside and exercise in your backyard if you have to. Go get some exercise done. If you have to, go grocery shopping for more food. I don't care. It's just guys, you don't like the WWE, don't watch it. But listen, I respect the WWE, and listen, I've been watching them since '91. In fact, this company has been around since the '70s, for goodness sakes, or even longer than that. But you gotta realize, sometimes, they're taking big chances and big risks. And I know a lot of folks saying, okay, May the 4th's too soon. It's too soon to open up back everything. Sometimes high risk, high reward. Sometimes some of these states are taking chances, I can imagine Texas is taking a big, humongous chance. They're the first ones to go ahead and try to reopen things to get out of the gate, and it isn't easy, I don't know if the media's death count has been exaggerating or what and everything else. And, I really don't know. But I'm not taking any chances. But at the same time, I don't know. I really don't know. And, in fact, we're bordered with New York. So New York's been getting hit, too. So it's like it's affecting all of us, I think the reason why we're, probably all those people from New York that escaped here has really kicked it up, has really picked things up, and that's why I think it's going on. So it is frustrating. It is frustrating to stay in our side of our house, not working and everything else. It's frustrating. It's really hurting us, and and it is frustrating. It's frustrating. I think the government should be considering the fact too that if people are going to go crazy, they're going to come after them. That's the thing, And if you want to avoid that, I suggest, listen, take a chance, take a risk. If we, but, there's, it's a psychological factor could come into play here. And that's the thing that we need to worry about too. So I'm just thankful the WWE's giving us any form of entertainment around this time, because if it had not been for them, I wouldn't, what if the internet goes down? I can watch TV, I can watch movies, I can play video games and all that. And but at the same time, it's crazy. So I really don't know what to tell you. But all I know is the Money in the Bank ladder match is going to be so unique in its crazy way. It's going to be so insane. It's not going to be easy. Putting up put up some great shows and all that. All I know is I'm looking forward to this Money in the Bank ladder match. It's going to be very unique. In the corporate headquarters of the WWE headquarters. Starts at the bottom and it goes to the top. You got, and I'm assuming Cecil Richardson, that they're going to have a ring at the top. They're going to have ladders and they're going to have the briefcases hanging up. It's going to be so crazy and entertaining. It's going to be so crazy. Men's and women's ladder matches. I wonder if they're going to do both of them. Have both briefcases. Have men fighting the men and the women fighting the women. That would make it more unique. Have all 12 superstars, unless it could be just two. The restrictions of how many people there should be, at one place at one time. So that's another factor you have to kick in this thing. So it's listen, we're going through a very unique time and period, and we don't know, what the end result of all this will be. But the fact of the matter is that it won't be the same when we get back to normal, so to speak. It won't be the same at all, honestly. I know our holidays will not be the same if we even get to that point. You know what I'm saying? It's something we, consider it, because we are in April right now. We're 1/3 of the, we're almost done with April, and we have one full week of April left, and then the week after we're going into May. You know, we have one more weekend of April, and then 2 weeks from now, we'll start up May. So that's something that, it's something to, consider what's been going on as of late. And it's something, in the back of my mind. It's like, wow, what's going on there, bro? And it's something to, it's very something to consider. So, let's see what happens. So, like I said, Money in the Bank, I'm looking forward to it, and we'll see what comes of it. Who's going to win the Money in the Bank, and if I'd rather Bailey's going to defend her title against Tamina at Money in the Bank. So this is going to be very. I'm sure most of the matches will be taken on top of place of the headquarters, the regular matches, but the Money in the Bank ladder match itself is going to be very different than all the other any other regular Money in the Bank ladder match there is. So this is going to be very, very fun to do. Hopefully, people be careful. That's the only thing I'm concerned about, because you never know what's going to happen in these ladder matches. Hopefully, people are okay. All right, I'll see you guys later. This ends 565 of EML77 TV. Like I said, there are going to be a lot of changes going to be made on this channel, especially with my video game play of baseball, Big League Slugger Baseball. Get these thumbs. New teams going to be involved. I can't wait. I'm really excited. We're going to get going with this thing, and we're going to bring smiles. I'm going to bring smiles to people's faces, and just until we get back to some kind of normalcy. I know we're not going to be the same ever again, but God's got us, and I know God is good. He works within all of us, and we're just gonna need to hang in there, folks. That's what we need to do. Hang in there, be patient. I know we get restless sometimes, and sometimes we want to pound somebody in the face, our government and everything else, but we can't do that because that's not right. That's not cool. Cooler heads will prevail in all this, guys. So, just think with wisdom and everything else. Be considerate of others. Wash your hands and all that, and just make sure that you behave yourselves out there. It isn't easy, but, we got to do what we got to do. All right, I'll see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful day, and hopefully I'll bring you more episodes. All right, see ya. Bye.